That'd be hard, man, because I noticed, man, that you go to the non-traditional route, and that's just more lucrative because I'm starting to discover it's a community of people, man, that's really out here making their ends. They making their bag and they doing it their way. They don't have to compromise their stuff. How's they treat you? You do a lot of stuff over in Europe?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go back at next month. I'm going back over there.
What's your favorite spot over there?
So far, damn, it's been between Portugal and Spain.
Okay.
Spain is off the hook. I always like London, man. For some reason, man, like
Oh yeah, I can't forget London.
I don't been out to London.
Sometimes I forget that.
London got a certain culture to it. You know they
I
got
just left from over there
yeah,
too.
they got the East Indian. And I tell people don't go over there acting the fool. They with it over in London.
Oh yeah, nah, hell no, you can't play with them.
You know London don't play no games.
Yeah, you can't play
A
with
lot
them.
of them spots, man. Germany, London, like there's a lot of cats, man. Especially over, you know, I just left from over in Europe. I probably went to what, about 7 different countries while I was over there. Yeah. Hardcore fans, they appreciate.
I noticed
what a nigga do.
that's the thing, man. Over here in the States, I feel like it'll be a cat that's come to a ROC MARCIANO show, right? He looking at you. He's a fan of you, but he rap himself.
Right.
So he stand in the crowd like this
Yeah,
because he almost feel like, oh, I'm equal to you. I can't like you because I do the same thing.
yeah,
But over in Europe, they treat you like you Michael Jackson.
yeah. That's a fact. I mean, yeah.
I don't know if I
So
want
big love.
to. They. I don't know if you want to use the term they appreciate it more. It's just a difference. You get me? You know, it depends on who the fan is. You know, here. You know, niggas feel here. You know, you got a certain image to uphold. You know, as far as a nigga off the block.
Motherfuckers just too cool out of here, man.
Exactly, nigga. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
it's too cool.
motherfucking show like screaming and rapping the niggas raps and shit, nigga. I can go over there,
Like
nigga.
me, I'm the nigga. If I'm at a Rock Him show, I'm rapping all his words. I'm up front rapping with him
Yeah,
and stuff.
niggas
And I'm
like-
just
Gonna
jamming.
front,
nigga.
no, I ain't gonna front. My shows be like that. Like,
Niggas looking at you like, look at this
last
big
shit
old
over here.
weirdo up here just
I don't
rapping.
care.
He
I'm
in the
enjoying
front
my-
stage just rapping. Go.
Because the thing
go.
is, if you go to enjoy a show, you pay your ticket. You know, tickets be $200 sometimes. You pay your $200 for your ticket. Music is timeless, and it's a time capsule. It'll take you back to when you were a little kid like me. I'm a Big Daddy Kane, Rakim.
me too.
That's my era right there. So whenever I hear that, whenever I play that, I'm at home making a sandwich. I might be making a sandwich, man. Might be taking out the trash, but I'm vibing because I'm 15 again.
Yeah.
I'm 14 again,
Yeah.
so I enjoy this stuff because music is real infectious and spiritual, bro.
Oh, definitely. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I don't play with it. I don't play with it.
You can't. Not, I tell people, man, like you said, the fans know when shit is not authentic.
Right.
And they know if it's somebody, if I'm rapping along, I don't give a damn about looking like a weirdo. I'm up there jamming, I'm here vibing, I paid my money to come up here, I'm enjoying myself. Most people is too cool, Eiht. I'm telling you, they stand up there like this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the atmosphere because, you know, that might be a nigga who feel like you said, niggas be feeling like, you know, my my affiliation or my street presence doesn't allow me to enjoy some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll notice niggas just hanging the wall or, like you said, arms crossed, not wanting to even, then why you pay your money to come here, man? Just to stand around and look mean and mad and mean mug and mad, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, fuck
I
all
get
that,
it.
man.
It's just the presence, like you said. When I go overseas, man, they like, man, we don't get this shit over here. And then y'all from the States, you get me? You know, and then they look at it as, y'all coming from the place where, you know, hip hop is original and nigga, y'all got the motherfucking Tupacs and the Biggies and y'all got all these motherfucking, you know, that they just celebrate it more, man. You get me?
That might be it right there though too, man. I think when you don't see something as often, it's more endearing to you.
Yeah,
Like, you know, because you figure you in Hempstead, that's like a hip hop hotbeds. You feel what I'm saying? You got legendary stuff out there. So I'm pretty sure when you was coming up, you saw EPMD. You might see EPMD Bell. You might see Eric Sermon dipping down the street.
Absolutely.
And because back then it wasn't a whole lot of money in hip hop. I always laugh when I hear the one You Got to Chill when my boy Doe said I get 1,000 a show, and he said that with confidence, like I get 1,000 a show.
Yeah.
This many places, you know, deal with Duke Jackson on a one-on-one basis.
For real.
And even when Biggie, he said 5 G's a show gate, you think Biggie was a huge ass artist, man. He only getting 5,000 a show. You feel what I'm
That was
saying?
some big money back then too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mind
So,
you, a fire car back then was a $40,000 car.
exactly. So them cats, you saw them cats, they was accessible because they wasn't making the millions of dollars yet to just be gone. They were still accessible. And I think when you see people that kind of take away, like, don't nobody really want to know fuck with Clark Kent. They want to see Superman.
That's right.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because if a nigga see you in the grocery store, you kind of don't lost your superpowers now. Like, oh man, this nigga just like me. He's sitting on there talking about all the bras he bag and all the money he got, and he's shopping the same place. To some people, that's disheartening on a subliminal level.
I mean, I used to see, these dudes, you know, moving around. I used to see Rakim spinning through in the Benz. Used to see Biz Markie all the time. He used to be in the hood at the Blimpies at a sandwich spot. And Granddaddy IU, he from my neighborhood too. So
Granddaddy
yeah, him
IU.
and you. So yeah, so I used to see him over there all the time. So I could actually see these brothers, and it made me like, damn, I could do this shit because I see these people. You know, so you know, I would always see Biz. He'd be at the Blimpie spot, bad bitches, big truck jewelry on and shit. Like that shit was like, wow, man, I could be that.
Who would you say the most? Who would you say influenced your style more? Because you got a lot of MCs coming out of Hempstead, man.
Rakim.
Rakim?
Yeah, I'm a Rakim baby.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Rakim baby first and foremost. But you know, after that, you know, you got the G Raps, you got the Slick. You know, I told Eiht send my style. That's in the pot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like I look at, you know, Compton's Most Wanted kind of like the path I took. Because then when you had everybody was running around, oh, it was NWA, it's 6 Cubans. I was like, yo, this Compton's Most Wanted shit, though, this my shit. Even though I love the other shit, but I'm like, this my style.
Well, you know why I fuck with them? Because I always was a huge hip-hop head. I love hip-hop. I like sampling. I like breaks. You know, that's why I love it now, because they got the shit like track lib to where you can go get the samples and they got the stems and all that in there. So you just like, man, all I got to do, man, I ain't got to try to filter this out no more. I'm taking these horns from here and I'm putting this right here, this broad singing. I can get Aretha Franklin's vocals and have her back there. And I only got to pay $200. They putting everything out there right now. I love that era of hip-hop, the creating something from nothing.
Oh, definitely.
Imagine if we had that then.
And that's what I'm
definitely.
saying. And that's
You know
Compton's
what I'm
Most
saying?
Wanted, because when I first heard Compton's Most Wanted, I heard a dude from Compton, but it wasn't the regular stuff. It wasn't, because I like the bam, 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 bam too, but I didn't want to hear that all the time.
I didn't like that. It's not that I didn't like it, is I thought it was typical. You get me? Because that's what made the Easies and the NWAs, and it basically is what cultured our style. The Zapp, the Rogers, the George Clintons. That was used a lot on the West Coast. And I always tell niggas I wanted to be more cinematic with my shit. I didn't want niggas, like, if you was finna ride around on my shit, nigga, you was finna do somebody. Like, I didn't want you riding around on my shit happy and like, yeah, nigga, we had, no.
He was definitely the Stephen King of this
gangster.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Shit.
I wanted you to ride around in my shit like the mobsters getting ready to go pull a hit on a nigga. Or, nigga, you in a motherfucking scene in a movie and it's finna get fucking serious and crazy. That's what I always wanted. My shit was always cinematic because, well, the era I grew up in, nigga, the shit was crazy as a motherfucker. And I always used to tell niggas, ain't nothing fun over here. I don't see how niggas riding around thinking life is fun and, you know, partying and shit like, nigga, fuck that shit. That shit ain't happening in real life. Niggas getting shot up every day. Niggas going to jail. Niggas on the corners trying to motherfucking survive.
That was the crack era,
Nigga,
too.
we piecing up on boxes of chicken and 40 ounces and shit, you know, in the neighborhood. You know, the 1,000 niggas, man, trying to piece up on a 12-piece and get a couple of 40s and shit. That was real life.
That was what
Niggas
it
was
was.
coming through with the lights off and dumping and shit like that. So I couldn't write songs about like, you know, there's bitches going down the street and we going to the party and shit like, nigga, I'm like, niggas is finna shoot this motherfucking party up in my record. That's what's finna happen. Or nigga, the battle ram finna come through the front door. While niggas all in here dancing and partying and
by
shit.
Miss Daisy
Yeah,
shit.
niggas finna get shot up around this motherfucker.
You coming from Hempstead in New York, y'all had some serious kingpins. Y'all had like LA had kingpins,
Yeah.
New York had kingpins.
motherfucking
Y'all
right.
had ballers. So you saw that whole that whole
What?
crack
I'm from a
thing.
notorious block. My whole block is a project. The whole strip is project. So my block, they done did documentaries about it. It's fucking the raids from remember Public Enemy shit. I forgot that song they did about crack, and they showing some of the raids from my actual block. So you know I'm from Terrace Ave.
Okay.
So Terrace Ave, you know, it's like a notorious like it's still littered with drugs to this day. You know what I'm saying? Terrace Ave is still a notorious block. So, like Eiht was saying, I wanted my music to feel like how we feel. Always wanted my music to be the background of how when we was out there hustling. You know, I wanted my
That's the
album.
vibe I get from it,
That's
yeah.
it. So that was how I wanted my shit to sound like the pissy hallways. You know, I always wake up. You know, fiends had their couches in the hallway sleeping. You know what I mean? That type of shit. You know. So I always wanted that, and even when you said cinematic, I still say that to this day. When people be like, "How you pick your beats?" I pick my beats, and I think of it like a movie, and I feel like when my beat play, I want it to feel like this the part of the movie where I walk in. This is how I want it to sound. So yeah, so the music and all of that, the drug era and all of that, that's where it comes from. Because I always wanted my shit to be the soundtrack to what we did on the block.
Yeah, man, because I know Cool G Rap. I'm going to tell you, though, who was nice from over there, man. Nobody, Granddaddy IU was a bad motherfucker,
That's
dog.
the big homie.
He
That's
was
the
on our
first
label.
guy.
He was
That's
on
the
the
first
label
one.
with me.
Yeah.
Back in the days when I was signed to Epic. Back in the days, Granddaddy IU was over there.
Rest in peace to Granddaddy IU. You know that's the big bro, man. He took me under the wing early when I was trying to get on, and he put me on some records and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think that's necessary, man. I think everybody should go back and do that, like once, because that mean a lot, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That mean a lot, and I'm pretty sure you picked up some jewels from him.
Yeah, man. I mean, just to have you welcome me into his home, like you know, I understand Big Daddy IU is a cold, chilling artist. You know that like to be able to make music with him and get game from him firsthand. All of that stuff like that gave me all the confidence in the world. When somebody like you say, "Yo, Rock, you nice," you know what I'm saying? You gonna be something. That stuff like that, it fed my confidence.
That make a big ass difference.
Prodigy from my town too, even though he rep Queensbridge, you know what I'm saying? But he also rep Hempstead as well.
Yeah,
like,
rest
you know
in
what I'm saying?
peace,
But
Prodigy.
he grew up around around the town too.
Yeah,
I used to
that's
see him
what
a
I
lot.
heard. You know what? Because I read his book and stuff. I'm a dude, avid book reader, right? So I read his book, especially anything about hip hop. I just make it my business to know about the culture, right?
Yeah.
So you in New York City. How the hell did you get hooked up with Carson Daly?
Oh, that's crazy. When Loud Records was still popping, like I was getting ready to do a deal with Loud Records. I had a crew called the UN. So you had Scott Free and Matty C. They was like two of the biggest A&Rs under there. So they bought Wu-Tang and, you know, Pun and all these guys over there, you know what I'm saying? So they were bringing us over to Loud at the time. And Loud folded while we was doing our deal. So Steve Rifkin, who was the owner of Loud, he had a younger brother, you know, John Rifkin, and he was clicked up with Carson Daly. So they decided they was gonna do a little label, you know what I'm saying? So we was dudes that Free and Matty C was working with, so he just brought us over to them. Like, yo, yo, these guys is nice, yo, get them, you know what I'm saying, get them a shot. So that's how that happened.
That's crazy, man, because Carson Daly was huge as a motherfucker at that time. That was MTV.
Shout out to Carson too. It was crazy because
Is he a
he's a
hip-hop
real
head, huh?
dude. Yeah, he's a hip hop dude. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I was still knee deep in the streets. So you know, he would hit me up out the blue, yo, rock, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll go down to Western Union, go snatch up a couple thousand. I was like, oh, this dude is. Yeah, he's official. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to I don't forget shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shout out to Carson Daly, man.